I'm Father Noli Alparse, and I am a Catholic priest from the Philippines. I became a priest because I wanted to uplift the life of my people in the Philippines. When I was a student in college, I became an activist fighting a dictatorship that was depriving my people of freedom, of responsibility, of liberty. And I was with like farmers and laborers, and they were so poor. So I kept on thinking, how could I help these people? And my search led me to think about maybe the only way is to bring people to God, so that if they would believe in God, then they would have a change of heart. And if they have a change of heart and they get into positions of power or responsibility, like in government or in corporations, they would be able to do projects and do things for the people. Now, my being here or my being involved with food security has something to do with the gospel. Because the gospel says, Jesus says, we should not only be happy with telling the poor, I will pray for you, but that concretely as a Christian, I should do something about the poor. Yes, I could pray to God, but could I give my clothes? Could I share what I have? Could I share my money? Could I share my resources? Could I share my blessings? And so I was thinking, like, maybe in terms of food shortage, could I find a way concretely by which I could uplift them and give them the food that they need because of the hunger, because of the poverty, because of the suffering? That's why I'm here. The biggest challenge is to be able to have enough for the so many. We are 100 million plus. The last census was 100 million. And the farmers do not just have the capital to be able to plant. And so they need to have more seeds and more access to options that they can have so that they'll be able to have better yields. With better yields, they have bigger incomes and they would be able to feed their children, send them to school, and have a better life. And that is our problem there. Traditional ways of farming in my country are not enough to be able to feed the many, especially with the problems of scarcer and scarcer lands. They're being converted into, in my country, subdivisions or supermarkets. So more and more agricultural lands are getting smaller and smaller. And we have all these pests that through the years have been infesting our agricultural products. So what can we do to be able to plant more in less areas and also be able to treat these insects and all these pests without harm to the person and harm to the environment? And I think that science and the technology that is happening in our midst could be a solution to that. It's just like as if, before we didn't have cell phones and it was difficult to contact people, especially in the rural areas. You need to wait for a telegram. But now it's so easy to connect when there's an emergency, when you feel homesick, when you feel you need to talk to your mom or your dad or your child, and then there's a cell phone. So why don't we use technology to improve our lives?